Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we are doing a reading on your life in 5 years. What's going to happen in 5 years in your life? Go ahead and pick your cards or your group or your section or your crystals or whatever you're picking, and we are going to continue. Alright, if you haven't already picked your groups or your cards that you're choosing or your crystal, then go ahead and pause this video because we're going to keep moving. Group number 1, Malachite. Alright, so we're going to start with Knight of Cups. So this card is pretty awesome because this definitely tells us that you are going to be experiencing some type of romance. And you'll probably be opening up your heart and allowing love into your heart and allowing someone to love you and you to love someone else. And you'll also be opening up to forgiveness and peacemaking during this new phase in your life. So don't be afraid to start working on this peacemaking and forgiveness now if you haven't already begun. And like I said before, I definitely sense some type of love and relationship. So definitely start preparing for that. Start mending broken pieces in your heart so that you can be ready for this lover. Alright. 3 of Pentacles. This card tells me that you're going to be most likely guiding and teaching others, which is pretty amazing. You're going to be like a mentor. And there's going to be people following by what you say and what you do. And this could mean your future kids or just kids or even adults. But you're definitely going to have some type of strong voice that will be listened to. And you're going to be working with someone or a group of people as a team. You'll be pretty team oriented. And that's amazing as well. For 9 of Wands, this tells me that you are going to be protective, whether it be of yourself or others or maybe somebody that you love. You're just going to be protective in a good way. You're going to be extremely brave and courageous and preparing for anything that comes your way. Just be careful at this time and make sure that you are working on your paranoia, because this card also can mean that you'll feel like because you were betrayed so many times that you're going to be betrayed again. But just know that everybody is not the same. Everybody's not out to get you. But overall, in 5 years, romance, working as a team, like these are some great things. And you picked a great section. I can't wait to hear from you in 5 years. Moving on to the next group, Black Obsidian. Black Obsidian, group 2. All right, 10 of Wands. So this card tells me that you're going to be an extremely hard worker in 5 years. You're going to be trying to put your best in anything that you do. And this can even mean that you'll be working hard towards mending your heart or forgiveness or working on yourself. Whatever it is that you'll be working on, you'll definitely be working on it very hard. You'll be sticking out through it. And you'll be very driven towards it. And I also sense that this time you may be having trouble asking for help. And don't be afraid to ask for help, because some people see it as a weakness, but I just see it as you being wise. It's not a sign of being weak. It's a sign of you being wise. All right, moving on to the Queen of Swords. So, this card tells me that you're going to be pretty direct and insightful. You're going to be paying attention to detail, which means you're going to be pretty precise. And you'll be high-minded. And you're going to have high standards. You're gonna keep to them, those high standards. You'll be teaching and mentoring other people. And in a lot of cases, you'll be speaking harsh truths. At this time, I can sense that you'll also be struggling with perfectionism. But just realize that mistakes are not even really mistakes. They're just a part of a lesson. The Hermit. There's going to be a lot of reflection in your life 5 years from now. And you'll be reflecting on yourself and others and those around you, even your area that you're in, where you live. And you may be leaving some things behind, and you may be experiencing some type of loss, whether it be your old self or something. And you're just trying to begin fresh, begin anew. And you may even be distancing yourself from other people, and this, in a way, is allowing you to get into your head and, observe more things and even observe more of yourself. I also sense that you'll be mentoring and guiding other people as well. And you'll definitely be doing a lot of soul searching. And that's all I have for you for 5 years from now. Group 3, Tiger's Eye. The Lovers. This is a pretty awesome card because it tells me that you'll be having some type of soulmate or twin flame coming into your life, which is pretty awesome. Who doesn't love a soulmate or a twin flame? Like, that's amazing news. And I sense that you'll be trying to make choices for the better of you two. So you guys will be trying to make sure that you're making choices that are going to positively influence each other. And you're definitely going to be deeply in love with this person. Page of Swords. Some reason you may be a little emotionally detached, and this can just be a result from the past pains that you've experienced. Just make sure that you're giving those past pains the proper attention that they need, so that you don't have to worry about being emotionally detached. But in a way, I can tell that the emotional detachment may not be that bad for you, because I can also sense that you're going to be trying to connect on a more intellectual level, and you're going to be engaged more intellectually rather than just emotionally. You'll probably be asking questions, and you're just trying to get more wise. You're trying to wisdom up. You're also going to be very observant and focused. But I also sense some type of spying. And I want to remind you that you don't have to spy, because honestly, what's done in the dark really does come to light. The truth will be exposed. And I don't really think you need to spend your valuable time, spying on anything, because the truth is going to come out at the end of the day. Nine of Swords. I see some type of obsessing and worrying, which brings me back to acknowledging that you have past pains that need to get the proper attention. And I don't think that you may realize that the longer that you put these things on the back burner, the more they grow, the more they manifest, the more the worry grows. So start that healing process. Start giving proper care and attention to these wounds before, they deeply scar. And if you don't deal with these issues, then they'll begin to keep you, they're going to keep you up at night. You're not going to get sleep because you're going to be obsessing and worrying over it. So talk these issues out and write about these issues. Whatever you have to do to get rid of these issues, start working on that now so you don't have to worry about it in 5 years. And that's all that I'm receiving from your message. Congratulations on this soulmate or twin flame. Moving on to group 4, rose quartz. All right, 9 of Swords. 9 of Cups. I don't know why I said Swords. Oh, I saw Swords right here. Sorry about that. 9 of Cups. I definitely sense some form of, happiness and emotional security in 5 years. And you're definitely going to be reaching a goal or getting a wish that you've had for quite some time. And you're going to be enjoying the pleasures in life. Seven of Cups. You're going to be caught up with your imagination at this time and your creativity. You're going to be musing and daydreaming. And you're probably going to be creating goals and trying to reach them. And these may be like insane goals, like goals that people tell you 1 in a million people that there are only 1 in a million people that reach it. But to you, it's just your dream. And you're like, I have to do this. This is a part of me. You're definitely going to be trying to figure out what you want your future to look like. Knight of Swords. Definitely sense some type of competitive spirit. And sometimes you can come off to others as kind of aggressive. And I definitely sense that you'll be fighting for some type of cause. But make sure you're being wise about the things that you say and the way that you do them so you don't come off as aggressive. And so people can actually hear you out rather than thinking you're just trying to compete with them. And also try to slow things down a little bit so that you can think about what you're going to say or how you're going to react. Because these will be your best responses, the ones that you think out. And congratulations on your future success, because this is going to be amazing. Having true happiness is a really big thing. Moving on to group 5, light opal. So, the Death card. And don't be afraid, because although this card does represent some type of loss, it also represents a rebirth. So you may be losing what you were before, but at the same time, it's like a rewarding rebirth. You're definitely going to be going through some type of transition and rebirth in 5 years. And you're just going to be bettering yourself, getting the toxic things out of your life and ending old toxic habits. And you're just going to be letting go of things that don't serve you well in life anymore. You'll be even creating closure or getting closure from things. I even sense that you'll be releasing some type of debt in life, whether it be emotional or financial debt. There's also going to be a lot of forgiveness, whether it's forgiveness to yourself or forgiveness to others or forgiveness from others, like whatever it is, there's going to be forgiveness. Ace of Cups. I sense that you're going to be very giving 5 years from now, and you'll probably be receiving a lot of rewards as well. There's going to be a lot of peace within yourself and others around you, and just your environment. You're going to be spiritually enriched and connecting to the source and trying to connect spiritually. And that's really a beautiful thing. And I also sense that you'll be going through some type of cleanse and trying to hydrate your soul. And you're going to be trying to make the proper spiritual commitments. Four of Swords. People are definitely going to look up to you in your spiritual growth. They're going to admire this growth that you've come to get. You're going to be meditative and self-protective. You're definitely going to be taking proper care of yourself and maybe trying to, take a step away from the material pleasures in life and just trying to connect more spiritually. There's also definitely going to be a lot of de-stressing. You're going to try to get the stress out of your life. And that's all for this group. Moving on to group 5, Adventuring. For this group, I picked an extra card just because it spoke to me. And these all go hand in hand with each other. So that's good. So we're going to begin off with the Judgment card, which tells me that you will be going through a transition or some type of rebirth in your life at this time. And most likely you're going to be awakening, and this could be awakening to your true purpose or your higher purpose. You're going to be very inspired, and you're just overall going to be reborn. A new way of thought, a new way of living. There's going to be a breakthrough that you're going to experience. And you're going to be trying to leave the past behind and trying to include forgiveness in your life. You're also going to be very creative. And Rudy, no barking. Thank you. You're also going to be very creative. And you'll probably be motivating people at this time as well. The Tower. So I feel like this is really connected to your spiritual awakening because I myself went through a spiritual awakening which really shook me up. And this is what this card is. You're shaking. You're basically like, look at this card and think about how birds are taught to fly. They're literally pushed out of their nest and their instincts are pressured into arriving, even though they hadn't used those instincts before. So think about your spiritual awakening as something that's pushing you to listen to your instincts and listen to your intuition and start using those abilities that you have that you've been suppressing because you've been trying to fulfill them with other things in life. But I like these cards together because seriously, this is what a spiritual awakening is. People think that it's all beautiful daisies and roses and butterflies, but like it's terrifying at first. And it's terrifying because for me, for example, I started seeing spirits and I didn't notice them before. So seeing shadow people running at me and seeing all these odd things and hearing these voices and seeing these angry faces and so it was scary to me. But then I kept asking other people that I felt were spiritually enriched, and I was like, what's going on? Like, how do I do this? And everybody's story was different. But the only thing that was in everybody's story was that they had to learn to listen to themselves, to their higher self, to the source. And I don't know, I started putting the connections together and I was like, the only way that I can get over this is to trust myself. I'm literally the bird that's being pushed out of the nest that is forced to start using their instincts. And that is what the spiritual awakening is going to do to you. You're going to feel broken. You're going to feel like you've hit rock bottom. You're going to feel alone. You're going to feel completely messed up. But you're not going to feel any better until you decide to trust your voice. The voice that is in your head, until you decide to trust your angels of light, your guides of light. And it's hard because so many times in life you're told to do things one way. We're not taught much about spiritual awakenings in life. But I need you to not give up, because this is it's a hard part, but it only gets easier after this. It's like there's this huge brick wall in front of you and you've been picking at it for quite some time, but you may stop right before you get to that other side. So don't do that. Don't stop. Just keep pushing. And this card tells me that it may even send you into a depression. Don't allow it to do that. Just listen to the words that your intuition is telling you, and honestly try to listen to yourself, the source, the higher beings around you and stuff. Just learn to listen to you, because you're going to lead yourself the right way. And this spiritual awakening, as you can see, is going to be difficult, but everybody's is. Me, for example, it kind of pushed me out of my job, and I was like, how am I going to make money? But then I stopped worrying about stuff like that. And you have to, the spiritual awakening is going to teach you how to stop worrying, how to trust. It's like a very trusting experience. You're going to learn how to trust. And I just want to let you know that at the end of the day, after this shaken up experience, because it is going to shaking you up, it's going to, scare the hell out of you. And it's going to make you feel sad because you're perceiving it that way. You perceive it as a failure, but it's just like something you have to do before you get to this, which is amazing. This is when you're going to be confident and proud of yourself. And when you're going to start honing your power, and you're going to start loving your power and your gift. And you're going to start receiving a lot of welcomings and a lot of rewards. And you're even going to be leading people. So remember that, it's going to start off beautiful. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm awakening. I'm seeing these amazing things. Synchronicity, all these butterflies around me. I feel spirits, happy spirits. But then all of a sudden you may see some wild stuff. Like it gets kind of crazy, especially when it's your first time seeing things, and you're gonna feel shaken, and you're gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel beat. You're gonna feel like you have to give up. But do not give up, because this tells me right now, this card tells me that you're going to finally be proud. Look how confident they are and how bold this person is and how powerful they just look. And look at the people following behind them, listening to them. Look at the people that are motivated by them in the background. You are going to succeed in this. Do not fear anything that is coming. Don't fear it, because you are more powerful than any type of fear. And I just want to say congratulations, because this awakening is really going to bring you towards your higher purpose. It's going to awaken you in the most beautiful way. And you know, it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be so worth it. So worth it. So congratulations. And that is all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like if you liked it, and press the bell right beside the subscribe button. And if you have any ideas for another video, go ahead and comment below. Follow me on Instagram at LenaMystic1, and have a wonderful day. Light, love, positivity. Peace.